Welcome to the Astrology Show with your host, Kelly Fox. Each week, Kelly will give you access to the current transits that are a valuable tool which provide astrological information to help unlock the potential each of us has through our sun sign. Understanding the current planetary influences each week can help steer us in the right direction to make better informed choices. Sometimes, events in your life may seem completely random, but there is a pattern to the order of these events, one set in motion in part by you, and in part by the planets and stars in the sky and their influence on your life here on Earth. So if you're wondering what's going to happen in your week ahead, if you're going to get that promotion, move to a new city, or fall in love, tune in to the Astrology Show for guidance. It can help you anticipate problems before they occur, give you tools to cope with changes, and help you look forward to the wonderful days ahead. Kelly Fox is a professional astrologer and internet pioneer who launched astrology.com, one of the first and most successful astrology websites. Today, her passion lies with her new site, theastrologer.com, where she brings a modern-day approach to an ancient wisdom. Please join Kelly each week to learn more about how the planets can align for you.
Hi there, and welcome to the Astrology Show. I'm your host and astrologer, Kelly Fox. So, how are the planets affecting you this week? The big news of the week is Jupiter, planet of luck and good fortune, is moving into Libra. Now, every year, this is big news. So, this is going to happen on Friday, and Friday it will be at 4:18 a.m. Pacific time and 7:18 a.m. Eastern time, USA. So Jupiter will be in Libra from Friday, September 9th until October 10th, 2017. Every year Jupiter changes sign and its cycle is 12 years. So during the next 12 or so months, when Jupiter is in Libra, and the last time it was in Libra was about 12 years ago, many of us will be our best when we're working to bring people together, particularly of vastly different ideas, backgrounds, and cultures. And the reason for that is because Jupiter is the planet of luck and good fortune. It's also the planet of excess, and it's also the planet of faraway places, travel, foreign destinations. So for the next 12 months, if you can work collaboratively with someone else, because Jupiter being in Libra, Libra is the sign of partnership and harmony. When you put all those things together, when Jupiter comes together in Libra, then it's all about working with others, having partnerships that flow and that are smooth and that are easy. And diplomacy is definitely a key word. Jupiter is also the sign of legalities, and so is Libra. So when you put those two things together, justice will prevail. So when Jupiter is in Libra, our natural curiosity about the world and our ability to talk to anyone, because remember, it's about foreign people too, so we may encounter a lot of people from faraway places, and we may learn a lot as well. We might teach and learn, because Jupiter is the planet of teaching and learning. So we might find that during the next 12 months, we might have a fantastic range of friends and acquaintances and experiences, and we'll draw from all of these things because it's going to be beneficial all around. It's not just take or give. It's a give and take when Jupiter is in Libra during the next 12 months. Also during this transit, many of us will have a keen sense of justice and may be attracted to a profession in the legal field. So there might be, depending on where Jupiter falls in your chart or how it affects your sign, this is a good year for legality. There is also something noble and idealistic about many of us during this time when Jupiter is in Libra. It's like our ideas could be so virtuous and elevated that mere humans can only aspire to them. But for many of us, our ideals are built on inner faith and belief that everyone deserves justice and equality. That's what Jupiter in Libra is all about. Because Jupiter is the planet of faith and optimism and hope and beliefs and values. When that comes together in Libra, Libra is the sign of fairness. So it's like you can see other people's perspectives at this time when Jupiter is in Libra. And as far away as better. Does that make sense? As far away as better. Okay, I'll just leave that, but I think you might get the idea of what I'm trying to say. So it's also at this time, this is great news because Jupiter is going to be in Libra for the next 12 plus months, people will be about promoting peace, not war. So that's always good news. And so diplomacy over force. Many of us will have a desire to improve the world and leave it a better place. Many will enjoy some of the finer things that life has to offer because Libra has exceptional taste and good manners and grace. So our taste during this time could be quite refined and not to mention expensive because Libra has very good taste and price is no object regardless of the budget. So during this time there'll be an appreciation of fine art, music and culture. So it's wonderful that these things also feed the soul. Jupiter is referred to as the planet of luck because it brings opportunities and advantages into our life that can look like a stroke of luck to the untrained eye. But if you look more closely, of course, at luck, you'll find that there is much more to it than the deeper workings of simple chance. So what I'm trying to say by that is there is such a thing as luck, absolutely. Jupiter is the planet of luck and good fortune, but there's a formula to luck and good fortune, and it's basically opportunity, hard work, elbow grease, and being in the right place at the right time. So Jupiter will steer many of us to be in that right place at the right time. But behind all that is the resume or the skills or the hard work that's gone into that. And so Jupiter is the planet of luck. It does bring luck. There will be a lot of opportunities for many of us this year with Jupiter in Libra, particularly if you're single, because Libra is the sign of partnership. So what that means is if you're single, you need to get out there and use the luck of Jupiter to find somebody. That's of course, if you're looking. So it's like this is a great year, the next 12 months, to find somebody if you want to be in a relationship. So Jupiter can bring you lots of opportunities, such as relationships and finances and so on. But this planet is also about learning and intellectual pursuits and spirituality. So in short, it's like the expansion of the soul. So anything that can broaden your horizons, and you can do it with somebody else, your partner or your best friend or a buddy, that's the way to definitely expand horizons. And not just travel. If you don't have a budget to be traveling, then the experience can come from the classroom or taking a course or some type of workshop or lesson over the next 12 months. This is great, a great use of this energy when Jupiter is in Libra. And Jupiter doesn't want you to just enjoy the spoils of your good luck. It wants you to look for the deeper meaning. So that's the important key issue here with Jupiter is it might bring you the opportunities, but to take advantage of all that it offers. It's like look beyond, go deep, and look for the meaning of things, to graduate to an ever higher level of understanding of the universe. It's like looking at life from a higher perspective. If you can transcend the day-to-day at times over the next year and just look at life from a higher picture, it might help have things fall into place, particularly if there's been any issues that you might be having around a relationship. This is really a great time to work through any type of relationship issues, because you can move beyond the day-to-day. Sometimes when something is so close to us, it's very hard to see or find a solution. And this is a really great energy for that. So everybody wins. It's not just lopsided and one partner is the winner and the other is the loser. This is definitely a time of equality. And also Jupiter, the influence of Jupiter, it's wonderful around money and jobs and good health. And, if Jupiter is touching your chart this year, and what I mean by that is if it's connecting with any of your planets in your chart, then this influence will definitely be affecting you. And after the break, I'm going to talk about how Jupiter in Libra will be affecting your sign in more depth than what I usually do, simply because this is definitely big news. We're in eclipse season, of course, but with Jupiter changing sign on top of it, and of course, as I mentioned previously, Mercury is still retrograde. We just had a little hiccup as I was dialing into the show. Mercury is retrograde for sure. So I'm going to cover Jupiter in the sign after the break. So stay tuned.
Conscious media for conscious minds. OMTimes.
The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Have you been searching for a perspective beyond the mainstream? Check it out. Join your hosts Cielito Pascual and Diana Gold Holland on Share International Radio for thought-provoking views behind the news, Sundays at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio. You can also find us at shareontheairradio.org. This may be the message of hope you've been waiting for.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Hi there, welcome back to the Astrology Show. I'm your host and astrologer, Kelly Fox, and I'm talking about Jupiter in Libra. So on Friday, Jupiter, planet of luck and good fortune, moves into Libra, where it will stay until October 2017. Now let's talk about how Jupiter in Libra is affecting your sign. So if you're an Aries, for you, this is all about marriage, business partnerships, agreements, and possibly open rivals. So this coming year, you will be lucky in love because you realize that the only way to real relationships is through trust. And Jupiter being the planet of faith, you have faith always that others will provide you with the chance to be yourself. And that's important for an Aries. You are going to be, at the same time, the teacher and the student when it comes to partnerships. You have much to learn about sharing with another. And that's important for you too because you're a very independent sign. So you will have much to teach involving the wisdom which two people can bring to one another. Staying focused on positive expression of commitment for each other will always bring your togetherness into the highest realms this coming year when Jupiter is in Libra. Also, Jupiter is the planet of generosity, and so you may find that within your relationship that there is a lot of generosity, not just you for your partner, but your partner for you as well. And so applying yourself into understanding the roles we all play in our relationships will provide you with the ample wisdom to share with others. So when I said educating, being the teacher and the student, that's what that means. You might be engaged in the education of better ways to relate. So that's good news for you. If you're an Aries, the focus for you will be on your relationships. And also just a note before I move on to Taurus, that any excesses or laziness, because Jupiter can be, is the planet of excess, so on the flip side it's luck and good fortune, but on the shadow side it's about excess or even laziness. So this will reflect its way back to you early on. And then also if you see the wisdom in others, it's like a mirror. So this is a very good year for you to look and see who you attract into your life, not just within your personal relationship, but just who's around you. Who do you connect with, and their characteristics and behaviors basically will be reflecting your own. If you're a Taurus, this year when Jupiter is in Libra is all about health, diet and fitness and daily routine, employees, pets and being of service. So for you, opportunities may arrive in unusual and unexpected ways, and the most mundane of tasks will often present the very spark you need to grow. Remember that movie, and I think I've mentioned this once before, The Karate Kid, when he was being taught to wax on, wax off, clean the walls, and I remember the Karate Kid's hands going in a circular motion because his master was getting him to do basically all the cleaning and the household chores. And then eventually the Karate Kid's like, hey, why am I doing this? And so, of course, it became all apparent in his first competition when all that work did pay off. Taurus, that is you. And if you haven't seen that movie, The Karate Kid, dig it up. This will be you for the next 12 months. What seems like dull and boring daily routine actually will pay off. So it's sort of like roll the sleeves up and the rewards will come from the hard work. And so your daily routine and places of employment will be areas of learning for you this year. And throwing yourself into the tasks at hand as a way to get to the future is your primary path when Jupiter is in Libra. So walk steadily through the daily wonders of life, thinking not of where they will lead, and listen for the essential wisdom comes through for you. There isn't a single place that won't hold something you can use to further your cause. No matter how small or mundane it might appear, or dull and boring, they're the things to look for. So the smallest things that seem unimportant will present you with many chances to evolve. Again, the Karate Kid, that's really the summary here for you with Jupiter in Libra. And you do have the potential for bringing vast improvements to anything that you turn to. Again, start with the small things that others have missed, and that'll give you ample room to work from. And your body and your health will be very important, as it always is, but particularly so this year. So if you're burning the candle at both ends, Taurus, that might catch up to you this year. So it's very important not to let any health ailments go unchecked. No matter how small or trivial it might seem, definitely get things checked out. Your body will hold a lot of wisdom for you this year, so pay attention to all things healthy. And for you, as Jupiter is the planet of teaching and learning, you're likely to find that you fulfill a teaching role for others. And your depth of perception when it comes to the functioning and practical side of physical life is much needed. So if you're a Gemini this year, and I wanted to say in the beginning that with Jupiter in Libra, it's great for the air signs, and the air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. But it really is great for everybody, and many of us will have planets in air signs regardless, so we're all going to be affected in a great way, and especially so if you're a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So for you, Gemini, with Jupiter in Libra, it's about romance, courtship, entertainment, amusements, pleasure, creativity, and children. So this coming year, the next 12 months, you will have lots of creative energy, which will have many outlets, because Jupiter is all about excess, not in a negative, but in a positive or a negative, depending. And so all aspects of self-expression will be wide open for you. And if you choose to actively pursue the creative arts, there could be wondrous repercussions in a good way. You might find that you have many talents as a Gemini. You are always multi-talented, multi-skilled, multitasking, more so than the rest of us. And so with Jupiter, the planet of excess, touching a great part in your astrological chart, you might find that you have a lot of things going on, all in a good way. But be careful to avoid any sort of laziness, because that doesn't get you very far. And it might also diminish some enthusiasm. Jupiter is a planet of enthusiasm, and so you want to keep up that exciting and vibrant mode for the year while sharing wisdom, and it will attract many followers. Also this year, if you're a single Gemini, which doesn't make sense because Gemini, of course, is a sign of the twins, but if you are not in a relationship and you are seeking a relationship, this is great news for you, because Jupiter, planet of luck and good fortune, in the sector of your astrological chart, it's all about love and courtship and romance. You might have many admirers, so be sure to get out there and accept all social invitations if you're a Gemini. The fires of passion will be stirred by your incredible abilities to hold firm to the really important things in life. So your playfulness will be connecting with others, and as long as you're just hooking into the creative side of yourself, that's really what it's all about. If you are a Cancer, this year with Jupiter in Libra, it's all about home, family, parents, and ancestors. So for you this year, Cancer, what works for you with this influence will be about exploring your roots as far back to the earliest ancestor that you can track, or even the unseen corners of your home. It doesn't really matter. It's just about putting your intention to home and family. So what you are revealing, if you do this, will be the kernels of wisdom found within things that are intimately familiar, things that deep down you are aware of but might have forgotten. And to do this with a partner or a best friend is even better, because Jupiter in Libra, it's the sign of the buddy or the other. So if you throw all of your energy into being comfortable with these things, what's in the back of the closet and digging up who you are. It's a great use of this energy. And your growth this year comes primarily through making sure that the zones you operate are unearthed or exposed or understood. So don't leave any residual doubt regarding the family line. So as I said, for you, Cancer, this is a great year to work on your family tree. Even if you have a remodel or maybe not even something as large as that, but around the home or anything to do with real estate, this is a great year to invest in any sort of real estate, or even something as basic as changing the bed cover on your bed, going out to a store and buying new pillows for the bed or a new bed. Anything around the home is going to be really important this year for you. And you'll find that with this energy, it's all about understanding who you are and who you are in your environment and where you come from. So digging in the family tree is going to bring a great source of information and joy for you, as it normally does, but more so this year with Jupiter, the planet of luck and good fortune, and also looking at life from a higher perspective is a great use of this energy. Cancer, you are normally connected to these things around home and family and anything domestic, but more so this year with the planet of luck and good fortune moving through this house. After the break, I will continue with the rest of the signs when Jupiter is in Libra, so stay tuned.
The Real Conscious Connection. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Spiritual, metaphysical, green living, psychic, alternative healing, life coaching. Do any of these or similar terms apply to your business or cause? If so, you are in a niche market with a very specific audience. Conscious Gate PR is the world's leading conscious public relations agency. With a global reach of over 4 million and growing, we offer comprehensive media campaigns to our targeted market. Learn more at ConsciousGatesPR.com. Conscious marketing for conscious minds.
Join Vibe Nation radio host, international psychic medium Carrie Turcotte, as she guides her listeners to rediscover themselves by accessing the keys of knowledge that already exist within. Each week's show is divinely orchestrated to intertwine with the universal energies, allowing the listeners to go deeper within. At the end of each show, Carrie will tap into the energies of the listeners and give a message from Spirit about the upcoming week. If you really want to get to know who you truly are, join Carrie each Monday at 3 p.m. on Vibe Nation Radio.
Me, a cat, moving in with a new human. It took a little getting used to. She has these weird games she likes to play, like this giant feather. She sticks it in my face. I swat it away. She sticks it in my face. I swat it away. It's almost like she thinks I enjoy it. But seeing how much fun she gets out of it, well, I guess it makes it all worth it. Humans.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Hi there, welcome back to the Astrology Show. I'm your host and astrologer, Kelly Fox, and I'm talking about lucky Jupiter moving into Libra. So Jupiter will be in Libra for the next 12 plus months. If you're a Leo, this is good news for you around intellect, thought, learning, communication, short trips, siblings, and neighbours. So this year, your ability to reach out into your immediate environment and bring your awareness into your awareness, all the information you require is unparalleled. What does that mean? It means about using your mind. There's going to be a lot of luck and good fortune around any sort of class or course you take, particularly because Jupiter is the planet of learning and teaching, and it's in the sector for you of the house of the mind. So this is really great news of understanding something from a different point of view or a higher level. Also, if you have work in any sort of literary or media or social arena, the right words will come to mind very easily, giving any sort of presentation or speech, working on a thesis. Anything that requires a lot of mind power is great for you. Also, your brothers or your sisters will bring you much focus and opportunities to grow as well. What does that mean? Well, some of us have some karma with our siblings, and this is a time to really understand that. I'm saying it in a way where it could be negative, but it's actually negative or positive. And so at the moment, with Jupiter moving into Libra this week, it will be all around an active and buzzing mind. So it's just putting that busy mind to good use. One more thing before I move on to Virgo, that this is also a great year to learn a new language if you're a Leo, because it's all about the mind and connecting the dots pretty quickly. And your mind will be very much stimulated during this influence. So it's a great time to maybe learn a new language. If you don't have the budget to travel overseas, learning a language would be the next best thing. If you're a Virgo, this coming year with Jupiter in Libra through October 2017, this will be about money and finances and possessions and attitudes toward money in general. So what this is, money, and I always like it when I see Jupiter, planet of luck and good fortune, moving through somebody's second house as money and possessions. But what that can also mean is money's there, but money also flows out. So it's like you might get a pay raise this year, or you might get more money coming in from a different sort of source, but it could flow out just as easily. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you want to save the extra money that you're getting, just be aware of that expenses could also increase as the income increases for you, Virgo. So have a plan, as you usually like to do, and can be very quite savvy with finances in general. So just have that in the back of your mind, and any sort of possession. This might be a year for you to buy a new car or make a bigger purchase, perhaps. I want to say a house, but it's not really so much that. It's more, what's another big thing that you could buy? A boat, a car, something like that. And also, what else is going on for Virgo with Jupiter in Libra? It really is about not associating your self-worth with what you have or own. So it's taking a step back and realizing that just because you have the red Corvette, it doesn't mean that that's tied into your own self-worth or how others see you. There really is more to it than that. So this might be a year when you really do need to look at what you have doesn't necessarily mean it's who you are. Libra, Jupiter, planet of luck and good fortune, is going to be in your sign. Now, this is great news because Jupiter is the planet of confidence, hope, and optimism. So your whole persona will be vibrating with this influence of your faith in life. So by believing in yourself, you bring all those experiences you need to become more than you are into your world. And you might find that you're enthusiastic and knowledgeable and Others look to you for your wisdom, your teaching. You're also learning. There might be opportunities for travel. It's sort of like because Jupiter will be in your own sign, you embody or embrace the qualities of Jupiter. So there might be some supreme self-confidence that places you in the right place at the right time. Thank goodness. And there'll be a lot of intuition going on for you and success, lots of opportunity, as I just said. Take care with excessive overconfidence. That's not really such a bad thing when you think about it. You know, things could be worse. But be careful that you do not lose what you've gained through arrogance or even complacency. So it's all about making your mark on the world this year, because Jupiter will be in your own sign. It's like others will be looking at you at this time. On the flip side, because Jupiter is the planet of excess, take care with diet, because Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and when it's in your sign, that could mean you might personally expand, body gets bigger. So just watch the excess this year. If you're a Scorpio, this is really interesting because Jupiter in Libra for you represents the subconscious and intuition, karma, any sort of dealings with institutions. So sleep will be incredibly important for you this year, Scorpio. Make sure you get sleep and pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams this year might teach you the actualities of the future. You're normally a very intuitive sign, and that's what makes you a little bit scary, a little bit mind readerish, but it will be turbocharged this year. So anybody in your world, look out, because you already have this uncanny ability to dig beneath the surface within a split second, more so this year when Jupiter triggers this whole subconscious realm of yours. Your tendencies are mystical as it is, and even more so. If there's any sort of spirituality that you can focus on this year, that would be really a great use of this energy for you, being able to channel whatever your faith or your belief is. It's like channeling from a higher source. That's an awesome use of this transit. So this is all about wisdom. Jupiter's a planet of wisdom. So it's gaining wisdom through a different source, channeling the information. And, you know, there is an emotional path that is in there somewhere. As a Scorpio, it really is. You are the epitome of emotion, the depth of emotion. And so following that will bring you to the conclusions that maybe you've only ever dreamt about. And so symbols for you, any sort of symbolic meaning will be very important, and looking beyond. You can unlock secrets only by understanding maybe a yearning to be free from the restrictions of the body. So it's sort of like transcending beyond. Your symbol is the Scorpio, but the other symbol of Scorpio is the phoenix rising from the ashes. So it's like it's moving beyond, it's transcending from the murk that maybe you've been caught up in or that's holding you back. This is a great year to have faith and move beyond. If you're a Sagittarius, this year for you, when Jupiter is moving through Libra, it's all about friends and acquaintances and groups and online networking and social media and any sort of association or like-minded people. So what is important for you is getting out there. And Sagittarius is not usually known as a shy sign. Of course, everybody is made up of more than just a sun sign. But what is going to be very important, and a lot of wisdom and learning and teaching, of course, comes from groups of like-minded people, and that's online and offline. Your friends will be extremely important to you this year. You might be making friends from faraway places where they can be teaching you a lot. And, your sign is typically known as probably one of the most open-minded signs of the zodiac. So this is really not a stretch for you, Sagittarius, to have a connection with people that you might not normally, that are not normally in your social sphere or not local to you. The more that you can reach out to somebody from a faraway place, the better. My tip is listen out to someone with an accent. Yes, and not just mine, but other people have accents. That's where the richness will come from for you, and how it will help you evolve and gain the wisdom and knowledge that you seek. If you're a Capricorn, this year with Jupiter in Libra is all about career, status, achievements, prestige, and authority, which is music to your ears, I am sure. So it's all about focusing on your career, thinking long term, the difference that you can make in the world through your career and your community standing. It's a time to maybe be in a mentoring role at the office or at work, teaching others, picking up a new skill. This would be a great year to be doing that, because to get the promotion as part of the long-term plan that you may have, Capricorn, you might need some more skills, and this is a wonderful, wonderful year to really go above and beyond learning and increasing your abilities and your talents. And really, if you're looking for a raise or promotion, this is an excellent year to be doing that. So stay tuned. We're going to take a short break, and after the break, I will continue with the rest of the signs and how that's affecting you. So stay tuned.
Feed your soul with waves of consciousness on OMTimes Radio. OMTimes Magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organization, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. OMTimes, co-creating a more conscious lifestyle.
Have you bought into the idea that you have to work hard for your money, that business is hard? I will share some dynamic access consciousness tools to get you out of your own way so you can create a business that actually succeeds. Join me, Simone Millicers, on The Joy of Business at 4 p.m. Mondays Eastern.
There is no death, only a change of worlds. Chief Seattle. Deborah Livingston is an award-winning intuitive psychic medium whose international services include mediumship, spiritual assessment, animal communication, and spiritual mentoring. She is a published author and a trained shaman. Deborah provides evidential messages from spirit and departed loved ones. Learn more at deblivemedium.com. That's DEBLIV medium.com.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got more food than we know what to do with in this country, yet 17 million kids in America are struggling with hunger. Makes no sense. Luckily, the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks has volunteers gathering excess food and getting it to hungry kids. They're kind of like food angels. Hey, become a food angel yourself by supporting Feeding America in your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. We can't do it without your help. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi there, welcome back to the Astrology Show. I'm your host and astrologer, Kelly Fox, and I'm talking about the lucky Jupiter, planet of Jupiter, planet of Jupiter, Jupiter, planet of luck and good fortune, moving into the sign of Libra, which is about relationships and peace and harmony and any sort of legality, and it's all about getting along. So this is good news for you if you're any sign, really. So right now, I've covered the other signs, but I'm up to Aquarius. And for you, Jupiter in Libra is about publishing and higher education and legalities, anything to do with overseas or philosophy. So that's quite appealing to an Aquarian, because Aquarius is known for its unique view of the world. Aquarius likes to think outside the box. And so when Jupiter is moving through this part of your astrological chart, this is all about philosophy and looking at life from a higher level or a bigger picture, broadening your horizons, doing that through taking a course or a class or publishing any sort of information that you might have, higher education, higher learning. So you have the best chance for really knowing the truth if you stop trying and allow its presence to arrive in your life. So it's like if you can just be zen about something, the information will come to you. If you think outside the box, which is what you're very good at doing, the answers you seek will be there. So the best course of action is to let your higher wisdom take form in the more noble pursuits. Bring your mind to the top of its abilities through study of systems of thought. But don't expect to find the truth there. Keep going. Trying to piece together the whole of philosophy from different sources will only teach you to make the connections. What does all that mean? Okay, only an Aquarius will really sort of understand what I just said, particularly Jupiter in Libra. So it's really all about, this is a year where finally the dots will connect, because you're going to be looking at something from a different point of view. And because Jupiter being in Libra, it's all about working with somebody else. This is not a year to go solo for any of us. This is really a year to connect with others and have a buddy system or work together. Finally, if you're a Pisces, sweet Pisces, for you, this is a year with Jupiter in Libra. It's all about money, but it's not your money. It's shared money, shared resources, any sort of taxes, inheritance, insurance. It's about recycling and regeneration. So engaging an enthusiasm for transformation is the path you seek this year. So this is all about transcending from the mundane and looking at something from a different point of view. It's about learning, it's about teaching, and it's all around money, and it's all around joint finances. So there might be some great luck and opportunity around any sort of joint finances. So if you have a partner and you share money, share a bank account, this is all about that. And it's all about increasing, or it's about understanding and learning from that, from the material side of life. And as a Pisces, you operate in a different realm. You're not really part of the mundane world. It's much better to live in the ethereal, I guess, if you're a Pisces. So that's the summary of Jupiter in Libra and how it affects all the signs. So this is a very important bit of astrological news this week. On Friday, Jupiter, planet of luck and good fortune, moves into Libra, where it will stay until October 2017. So just really quickly, I'll run through the other influences this week, which sort of pale by comparison of Jupiter moving into Libra. But on Tuesday, we have the Sun trine Pluto. So this is great news, especially for the Earth signs, and that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And so this means it's like no nonsense. It's getting things done. It's facing our demons, I guess, is the short way of saying it. Finding new resources that may have been there all along but weren't recognised, which sort of ties in with the theme of last week's solar eclipse. So it's like finishing something off before you can begin something new. Sun trine Pluto. Pluto's a planet of regeneration and rebirth. It's a good tie-in also with Jupiter changing sign. So there's lots of new beginnings and changes at this time, astrologically speaking. Also with the Sun forming a trine to Pluto, This is a good time for honesty. It's not a time to be hiding something, and it's a time when people can deal with the truth. So don't be afraid. On Wednesday, we have Venus sextile Saturn, and so what that means is we actually enjoy work for the duration of this influence, which is basically the whole week. Even if we might ordinarily consider it a total drag, this week it's not so bad. It's sort of like getting the small stuff done, getting it out of the way. Work we can find some joy in, even if we have not previously. On Saturday, we have Saturn square Neptune. Okay, so this transit goes on for several months. It's not just this week, but it's like a few months before, a few months after. So what it means is that usually the established authority struggles against enemies it can neither see nor define. It's like some of us are attempting to dissolve the grip of power that the current establishment holds, but the nature of this dissolution is impossible to determine. The reaction of authorities is predictable, of course. They will attempt to tighten the grip, increase the rules, and clamp down on any type of creative and therefore dangerous endeavour. But this won't work for long. So as the establishment squeezes, the offending ideas simply slip through their fingers, leaving them empty-handed, surprised and resentful. So we need to be careful when we're up against authority and forcing change that we need to see the whole side of the picture and not just what's in front of us. Okay, and now for your weekly horoscope. If you're an Aries, make the first move to heal a relationship which is hurting. Whether that's in your love life, your social life, or your family, if you want to make this work, you will be able to find a way to compromise. If you're a Taurus, invest your time in learning a new skill. Find ways to say yes to workplace challenges instead of running from them. If you're a Gemini, shake it down and have some fun, as only you know how to do. There's a huge sense of optimism and creativity around you this week because of Jupiter, so don't take life too seriously. If you're a Cancer, property matters get the green light this week, so events will move quickly if you're hoping to move home. Within the family, get in touch with difficult relatives and heal any gaps before they become estrangements. If you're a Leo, show off your leadership skills by taking command of a complex situation at work. Through diplomacy and strategic thinking, you can carry the day. Of course, you're a Leo. If you're a Virgo, financial pressures ease a little, which allows your sense of hope to return if money has been tight. Take charge of your own future by being more proactive with job seeking or income creation. Don't wait for the world to come to you, Virgo. If you're a Libra, Jupiter's arrival in your sign brings you a very welcome self-confidence boost, and it lightens your outlook on life in general. Problems you've been facing seem less onerous now as your can-do attitude starts to pay dividends. Yeehaw! If you're a Scorpio, it's an excellent week for working on any phobias you may have or for seeking therapy of any kind. Be upfront and open about how you feel and treat your mental health as seriously as your physical health. If you're a Sagittarius, get your party shoes on. It's a brilliant time for socializing and for making new friends. Your instinct is to reach out to all those around you. So don't be narrow-minded about someone who you think isn't your type. If you're a Capricorn, a fresh sense of determination and ambition helps you to hit the ground running at work. You have a clear sense of purpose now, and you're keen to put your plans into action so you can get closer to your end goal. If you're an Aquarius, boredom and frustration are your enemies this week and always. Force yourself out of a rut by traveling or by actively seeking new experiences and adventures with the influence of Jupiter. The more you make yourself do, the better you'll feel. And of course, we are in Virgo season too. So that goes without saying about the more you do, the better you will feel. And finally, if you're a Pisces, generosity of spirit can go a long way towards healing a rift this week. Be the bigger person and do the right thing. Petty squabbles and jealousies fade into insignificance against what really matters most. And of course, I just mentioned that with Jupiter in Libra. So the big news of the week is lucky Jupiter moving into Libra, which it will do on Friday, and it will stay in Libra until October 2017. Jupiter is a planet that stays in one sign for about 12 months. Its cycle is about 12 years. And with Jupiter being in Libra, we will find that diplomacy, good manners, social graces come a lot more easily for some. Probably not all, but some and most. That's really good news. Any sort of legality as well. It's a good time for dealing with that head on. Anyway, thanks for joining me on the Astrology Show, and good luck to all of you with lucky planet Jupiter moving into Libra on Friday. Stay tuned for next week's show. Have a great week.